Why social media sucks for promoting your books? Do this instead. I'm Denis with Weekend Publisher. I'm a professional book marketing coach, and I am going to back up this bold statement in the next however long it takes me to get through it. Maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes. Who knows? Sometimes I go on and on, but anyway, I'll try and keep it short. So people always say to me, Denis, you know what? I need some help in promoting my book. And what I need is I need a bigger social media presence. And I say to that person, no, you don't. And what I'm going to be giving you in this lesson is 2 reasons why using social media or trying to leverage social media organically in terms of free methods is a horrible idea, what to do instead, and then what to do if, even after watching this video, you still want to spend time on social media, what to do to actually gauge it and judge it, whether it's worth your time or not. So that is what I'm going to be giving you in the next 10 or 15 minutes. So first of all, before we get into it, let's talk about what the goals of these social media companies are. And I'm going to be focusing mostly on Facebook and Instagram. So those are the 2 that I'm most familiar with. I know some authors are on TikTok more now these days, Twitter, which I never really got into, Instagram, or not Instagram, but Pinterest, all these other ones. And I'm just not as familiar with those ones. TikTok, I've heard good things about it in terms of book talk. I'm just not as familiar with that one, so I'm going to be focusing more on Facebook and Instagram. But regardless of what social media platform, they all have the same goal. They have goal number 1 is to keep people on their platform for as long as possible, and goal number 2 is to earn as much money for their shareholders. Which, I mean, these are public traded companies, so they're really they have to answer to their shareholders. So one goes into the other. So what I'm trying to say is that they're going to earn more money the longer people are going to stay on their platform. That means they can deliver them more ads. And that's what we're talking about here. They could charge advertisers more money to use their platform. What is our goal as authors? Our goal as authors, when using social media, is to engage with potential and past readers for free. So like I said at the top of this video, what I'm going to be talking about is free methods. Now I do recommend advertising on things like Facebook and Instagram. I do recommend paid advertising. What we're talking about here is completely like free methods. So where's my experience coming from? On Instagram, I've built up my, and you can check it out now. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I still have it up because I've been tempted to close it several times, but it's still up. I have over 1,400 followers there. It was at 1,500 and it's dropped down a little bit just because I've kind of left it, and I can give you reasons why I left it. I also have a Facebook group of over 1,900 members, coming up to 2,000 members, called Self-Publishing, Writing, and Marketing. If you are interested, I'll leave a link down below where we talk about, where it's a safe and open place for everyone to talk about everything to do with writing and marketing your books. So that jumps me into reason number 1 is reach. Now, I did a recent post on my Instagram, and I put an engaging post. I said, which author's superhero are you? And yeah, I mean, it forces someone to come up with like something witty, so it's a little bit difficult in terms of that, but it's an engaging post. I'm asking a question. I'm inviting engagement on the post in terms of likes and comments. So when you have an Instagram business account, and it's free to get an Instagram business profile, I should say, business profile. When you get an Instagram business profile, you get this one thing that's on the screen there. It said View Insights. So once you click on View Insights, you could tell how many people that certain post reached. So remember, I had 1,400 and something followers, and it reached 157 people. So this itself is shocking to some people. People usually say, well, like, people went out of their way to say that they want to follow me, my Weekend Publisher Instagram account, and they're not going to actually see any of the stuff that I post. So in terms of engagement rate, we have 157 divided by, let's say, 1,400. This isn't even engagement rate. This is actual reach rate. Like how many people even saw this engaging post. I'm not even trying to sell anything. Again, this is trying to be a super engaging post, engage the people that went out of their way to say, hey, yes, I want to see his stuff, I want to follow him. So this is one thing here. So 11% reach rate. Also, same thing here with my Facebook group. I did a Facebook Live, and you can see there again. Remember, I have almost 2,000 people in my Facebook group, and it only reached 137. So if we just do 137 divided by about 2,000, so that's like if we round up, we got a 7% reach rate. Not even engagement rate. Not people who click links, not people who click likes, nothing like that. This is just the amount of people that actually saw the post. So that is going to be one issue. So why is it like this? Well, again, going back to the goals of these social media companies, it's becoming, you might have heard the term pay to play. It's becoming much more of that, where you have to actually pay. Yes, you have to pay to reach the people who said that they are willing to follow you. Again, they are beholden to their shareholders, and you're also forced to make super engaging posts. This goes back to their other goal, is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. So if it isn't an engaging post, what happens is they're only going to show it to a certain amount of people, a certain amount of your followers. If it's not a hit with those followers, they don't show it to anybody else. Again, because they only want to show posts that are hits. And how can they tell hits? By engagement, comments, likes, saves, shares, all that type of stuff. The engaging posts. Again, they want to keep people on the platforms for as long as possible. So they're only going to take the best of the best and show that. So people are super engaged and they're going to stay on their platform longer. That's what makes it so addicting to stay on your phone for so long. For me too. I don't have Facebook on my phone anymore. I have Instagram. But you get trapped into the black hole. And that is reason number 2 right there, is the time black hole. I mean, that's kind of a cool image, eh? The time and the black hole. Yeah, it's kind of neat. But wait a second, you might be saying, isn't YouTube social media? Denny, aren't you a hypocrite? Isn't YouTube social media? And you're on social media right now. So, you know what? Social media can't be that bad because you're on it right now and you're preaching how bad it is. Cancel this man. I know that some people will say that, and that's okay. And I'm going to get into, this is going to get into what you should do instead. But what I'm giving away is, this is kind of getting ahead of myself here, but what you want to do is take people off of social media as quickly as possible, and you want to get them on to your email list. So that is why I am not recommending, but I'm giving away 8 secrets to get more reviews for your book without harassing family and friends. If you are interested in this completely free report, it's like 20 or 30 pages. It talks about 5 or 6 different legitimate methods to get more reviews for your book. That'll be down in the description below. So yeah, there's the next one. So reason number 2 was just really the black hole, is that so many people they justify to themselves, well, I'm on social media so I can promote my book. I'm engaging with potential readers, and that quickly turns into, well, you're watching cat videos. You're not really engaging with anyone. So yeah, it's just the black hole, and it's just such a big time suck. So what do we need to do instead? Like I just did with my example there, you need to get people off of social media and onto your mailing list, your email mailing list, as quickly as possible. So why do we do this? We do this for reach and time. So this is my email list here, and you can see again the reach. Just the reach, not even the engagement. The reach was at 11% and 7%. It was nothing. So my open rate is, as you see on the screen here, 35.14% based on the last 6,100 emails that I've sent, and a click-through rate of almost 8%. So that is way far superior to the reach rate on social media. And those are the people that are opening it. Of course, there'll be a number of people that either A, they just see the subject line, it doesn't appeal to them, but you do have a little bit of a touch where they see your name, your author name they might delete it. Another thing that might skew that open rate a little bit as well is iOS 12. I don't know if you heard of that update and how it's big doom and gloom lately, but it doesn't allow tracking, so it won't report back to the email marketing service. In my case, I use ConvertKit. I generally recommend MailerLite. But it won't report back the open rate. But what a good open rate is between 20 and 40%. That is a good open rate for an engaged list. Here, as you see, that I have it closer to the high end, a little over 35%. But if you do the math, 11 and 7% was the reach rate of Instagram. This is going to be 3, 4, 5 times better with the reach rate. And then we have that click rate as well. So out of 60, 61, 15 emails and 8% click rate. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of clicks. That's a lot of clicks. Far more than I would imagine. I had 6,100 followers on Facebook or Instagram. There's no way I would reach these type of numbers. Absolutely not. So how do we do this as authors? How do we get people from social media? You know what? Might be thinking like, Denny, that's all great, but how do you get people from social media and onto my mailing list? Well, you need to offer something of value, aka or also known as a reader magnet. So how do we do this as authors? Well, you have to come up with some ideas. You have to think about, what will my potential audience or my current audience, what would they like from me? And you want to make it something story based, like in terms of, we want to attract readers. We don't want to just give away like a helmet, or we don't want to give away a Kindle. Yeah, we'll attract readers, but we want to attract the type of readers that would like our genre. So you can give away something like a sample chapter of your book. You can give away a short story, or if you're nonfiction, it's even easier. You can give away like a checklist or bonus resources or something like that. You want to keep it as closely linked to your book as possible. Which again reminds me, the free download, 8 secrets to get more reviews for your book, which will be linked down below. Now, if you do still want to use social media, this is what I recommend. I strongly recommend you do this. If you watch this and you're like, Denny, I still want to use social media, I think it's productive, this is the only way I'm getting readers, blah, 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 all this type of stuff. Okay, if you're going to do it, do these 2 things. What I want you to do is track your time that you use on social media. Yeah, you could track time, as an author engaging, and you could track your time personally. So I use a track, and it's running right now on my other monitor. I use a time tracker called Toggle, and it's Toggl. It's completely free, and you could track your time spent on social media. So that is your investment. It might be free, but you're spending time that you could be spending watching more of my YouTube videos, or writing the next book, right? Anything. Spending time with your family and friends, planning your next vacation, anything like that, right? So I want you to track your time, your investment into this. Secondly, I want you to track the effectiveness of it. And the only way, the best way we can do that is using a tracking link like booklinker.com. So you could put this in your Instagram profile or whatever type of profile. And this is also completely free to use. And what Booklinker does is, what you put in your Amazon book page, and what it does is let me see if I can explain this. It geo locates whoever's clicking on that link and directs them to their preferred store. So, with social media, you might be engaging from people from the US, from Canada, from Australia, from the UK. What it does is that when someone clicks on that Booklinker link, it recognizes that they're from the UK, and it directs them to their UK store. But another thing that you could do is, and what referring back to what I want you to do here, is that you can track how many times that link was clicked. So, of course, not everyone who clicks that link is going to purchase or read your book, but it's going to give us a bit of an idea of how many actually link clicks are we getting. And then you can expect, 10, 20, 30%, depending on what you've found with your conversion rates, especially if you run ads in the past. You can expect it to be a little bit higher simply because you're hopefully making a better connection with people. So you want a higher percentage of people who click that link to actually take an action. So those are the two things that I want you to do: is track your time, track your investment, that being time, and then track how many people are actually clicking on your link to go to your book. So summing up, social media companies are looking out for themselves. They want you to stay on their platform for longer, which makes them more money, which they have to earn for their shareholders. What we want to do is get them off of social media as soon as possible and onto our email list. And then thirdly, if you insist on staying on social media, which is fine, you can. I want you to do is track how many link clicks you're getting and how much time you're spending on there. I want you to do is comment below. What's your experience been on social media? You think I'm completely in the wrong here? Do you think that social media is worth your time and money, spending time on these platforms or not? And as well as if you're interested in coaching, I'll have a link down below where you're able to apply, and you and I can have a one-on-one chat to see if we're a good match. I am very particular of who I bring into this the coaching, but you can apply. We can have a chat one-on-one, see if it's a good match for you and I. Other than that, again, I'm Denis with Weekend Publisher, and I'll see you in the next one.